Pearl has ruined pro play. But first, what does make a good map? You could have creative ideas for taking space, a variety of strategy and comps, as equal as possible for defenders and attackers, some good variety of fights for map control, and of course nice aesthetics. So where does Pearl fit into this? Everyone knows that Pearl looks nice. Pearl could have some creative ideas for taking space. It could have a variety of strategy and comps. It could be more equal for defenders and attackers, and it could have good fights for map control. However, there is one big problem. Why is B site the problem? To answer this, let's go back and watch this round.
Said, if you're increasing at this time, if you're finding that groove at this time, it is one of the best times of the season to do it. Once more to B. Energy look for a strat that could finalize this map.
And a standard one at that. Reckoning to clear out the site. Nanostorm's out on a defense, but Artist still made it towards the back of B hulls. Full execution once again. Lockdown to delay even more. That's placed early by Victor. Nothing to counter, nothing to delay, except for less. Punishing Artist as he was trying to get some ground control back towards spawn. Making things a little bit easier for Loud for the retake. Double flank coming out now for Loud. Finesse is looking for opportunities to delay and puts a perfect snake bite down with support. Here is now the high tide coming out for the defenders.
There's two back halls
back here from the B link. To tap onto the spike, the push forward. The shorties does not connect. But players are still playing now. There's no time. There's no time for this one. We have the stick and we won't get it.
This is a normal round on B site Pearl. Once the bomb is down, it's over. Why is this? Let's start with the meta. The standard Pearl comp, which was popularized by Loud, consists of Killjoy, Jet, Harbor, Viper, and Sky. In VCT America, in the 9 maps played in the last 4 weeks of the regular season, every team picked this comp. In all 22 maps played in the regular season, Killjoy was picked 95% of the time, Jet was picked 80% of the time, Harbor was picked 93% of the time, Viper was picked 89% of the time, and Sky was picked 98% of the time. Currently, Valorant is in a double smokes meta, commonly being played on Bind, Lotus, and of course Pearl. But how does this affect B-site? Let's go back to the round of NRG versus Loud. NRG starts by using the Viper Orb to cross. Then they use the Harbor Cascade to get free control up long. Then they pop the Harbor ult, which means Loud have to play retake. Then NRG plays the Killjoy ult down, delaying time even more. Even though Loud get all the kills, there is just no time left. Some might say the main reason NRG won this round was because of the Killjoy ult. And yes, that is part of it, but let's take a look at the wider picture. For every time the bomb was down at B, for the attackers this includes NRG and Loud, which was 6 times, they won the round 100% of the time. Both NRG and Loud were not able to retake B site once. We can take a look at another game, which is Furia versus MIBR. Both of them are also using the Loud comp. The bomb was down at B 10 times this match. Out of those 10 times, the bomb was defused once, making it a 10% win rate for defense. This begs the question, is this fun to watch? When you know the bomb is down at B, you have an insane likelihood of just winning the round by that. So why is it so hard to retake? So first off, the design of the site is very open, with 4 different objects to hide behind, 3 of which are wallbangable. Defenders have to clear Hall first. The easiest way to do this is to use a Sky Flash, but it is possible to dodge it by staying on the long side. To clear the long side of Hall, you must have a piece of utility to block off long, or you're stuck against an impossible crossfire. Flanking is crucial in a retake. However, due to the design of the site, and Killjoy being one of the main components to play this map well, the turret or alarm bot is almost never offline, meaning that the attackers will always almost know when someone's flanking. However, flanking is also vital to improving your chance of winning a retake, as you can sandwich your players in long. But One of the main problems with retaking is that long has multiple angles to play off. You have the left cubby, you have the pillar, which you can peek from left and right side, then you have all the way back at long, which has an angle you can peek from the right. It has the screen bit, which you can use a headshot angle to peek from multiple different angles. And then you have the left towards main. Now you can cut off the whole of long by using a Viper retake wall, but then it just becomes a spam fest, which is favourable for the attackers, because all they have to do is spam the bomb. Another key reason why spamming is favourable for the attackers is this. Now the retakers can use a harbour orb, but this often gets spammed down very fast, depending on how many people are alive for the attackers. Plus the attackers can just use post-plant utility to negate the harbour orb. And due to the nature of where you can plant, you pretty much don't need to know lineups. Also, due to these many angles, you can basically just jump spot and see if they're on and off the bomb. The last key reason why it's so hard to retake is due to the lurk. Lurking through double doors is very common. And once you've reached all the way down towards B site, you can also spam the bomb from there as well. So if B site is basically lost after the bomb is down, how can you stop them from getting the bomb down? Often teams will try and do a triple push up long to try and gain some control and force the attackers to use utility to retake. But the attackers have an advantage regaining the space compared to when defenders are retaking. And pushing up B long as a defender is very hard to hold on to. Also the fact that Harbour and Sky regain some key utility for taking B long. So they just have to wait a certain time to be able to regain the space and fight for long control. Now, I was going to give my ideas on how to improve B-site, but halfway through making this video, the Valorant Twitter account tweeted this. They announced the changes coming to Pearl on June 6th, so let's review. Towards B main, they have changed the box to make it smaller. They've also added a little box instead of a ramp. This is ultimately to eliminate the amount of headshot angles that the attackers can play from. Also, towards the left side, they've made the cubby basically non-existent, meaning that it's going to be very hard for the attackers to play there. This is good because it eliminates a lot of angles, meaning that retaking may become easier. Towards site, screen has been made smaller. They've also added 2 boxes next to it. I assume you'll be able to stand behind this and not get sprayed. The other side of the coin is that you'll be seen sooner when the attackers are running up long. You can also get on top of the box, which allows for another angle that normally Jet or any other agent with the ability to jump on top of screens would have had. Is now available to every agent. Towards Hall, they've added this little cubby bit, which again allows for another angle for the defenders to play off, but does not really give an advantage to the attackers when the bomb is down, as clearing Hall will be very similar. The last thing they've changed is the pillar towards Sight and Heaven, which they've made wider. However, it does look like it's still pennable all the way through, meaning that standing behind this and getting spotted is still going to be quite weak. Now it's hard to tell how this is going to work when it actually comes out, but I'm excited to see how it works. If it does work, this will completely rehaul the map, as B-site will now not become the main focus for the attackers, and the defenders will have more options to play off. Hopefully, this will finally fix the problem. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe and check out my other videos.